Yeah. Okay. We're here. We are here. Man, YouTube famous. A lot of guys, man, they get in this space, and I'm gonna play it from a lot of different angles. So you got the guys that come in this space, they feel like they somebody the top dog, because people recognize them, and I'm going from all angles. You got the guys the players in the max, and once they get off YouTube, they're Greg an accountant, you know. Or you might have the guys that's the intellects in this space that know everything, can cite a book word from word, and they're scholars, but they got Google at their fingertip. And you know, they ain't got no job right now because they're exploring their options. you know. Then you got people, what's going on? Got third, Jazzy. Kane, what's going on, Kane? Life is so dang good. Hey, how you doing, lady? But when it comes down to it, you know, it don't matter, you know, the fame on YouTube because once you cut it off, you're just that regular person. A lot of guys and women in this space, they want the likes, they want to be appreciated. A lot of people donate the cash apps just to hear their name being mentioned, you know, the super chats, just so they can display some little witty comment that they put up there, just for their name to be mentioned. And when that stream ends, they go back to life. And, you might have learned a little something, or you might have just played around on that live stream. But the whole point, this is the real life. You know, who are you in real life? Some people put on this facade, they be somebody that they not. Because let's be honest, you can be who you want to be on the internet if nobody really knows you personally. That's like Kane. Me and Kane actually met up. Good, solid dude. Everything that he pretty much talks about on YouTube, that is really him. That's his persona. He's got all that energy. He's got the knowledge. I've met this guy. So the things that he say online and talks about his story, we sat down and talked. I see how he moves, see how he lives and stuff. That's really him, you know. And a lot of guys come in this space because, like I said it last night, I was on channel. I think it was Ism's channel, and I was saying a lot of people has transformed YouTube into high school. You know, it's like a second win. If you wasn't famous in high school, you can become famous now. If you was a nobody in high school, you could become a somebody now. And the people who were into that light and were famous or just have some type of notoriety, maybe they're not getting that much on here, but to them, it don't matter. You got some people that want to be the big dog. You got some people just want to be well known and as far as putting out the knowledge, because yesterday it was spoken. Like I said, the guy Rude D, I think, got up and talked with Anger Man. He laid down his points of the issues that happened with the space and the way it's going. And Anger Man ultimately said, "Okay, I I didn't see things that you seen. You called it out, and it was true. Okay, what's the next step? Me admitting the fault that I didn't see things because, Angry Man's words, living like Carlito's way, you know. And we all, well, some people know about Carlito's way that your friends will eventually get you killed, loyalty. Some people don't have that, and the ones that do have some type of loyalty to the extent they kind of misuse it. Not saying, to all. It's, oh, this damn thing closed. So they said it was open to, you know, uh, oh shit, thought it was open. My bad. I'm actually going through a scare and actually was closed. Fool me. But yeah, And when it comes down to it, oh, what's going on, Sheila? How you doing? I'm actually driving, so I'm not really looking at the chat like that. But yeah, might even drop the link because I may be in and out, so have somebody up here with me. But yeah, when it comes to that, it's funny that a lot of people want to be bigger than what they really are, and it's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has a lane. Everybody has a the role to play. When it comes down to it, hey, you could be that next somebody. You know, maybe you can, maybe you can't. I mean, ultimately, you got a lot of people who's on YouTube. YouTube has actually changed their life. As far as them, being able to talk to women, you know, they might even have a situation where they're learning stuff because I've always said it and I'm always going to stand by it. I actually came in this space to work with the knowledge, talk to the people, drop the knowledge, or actually take in the knowledge in which a lot of people have in this space. And when it comes down to it, I hear a lot of people, just pushing out whatever they want people to hear just to make themselves known. And it has its goods, the perks, but it's a good and a bad between all that. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna have some young guy who really doesn't know that you're joking or playing around, and they're taking everything you're saying for face value. And it's just funny, man, to me. Like I can actually cut YouTube off and don't come on for a couple of weeks, maybe even a couple of months. I mean, because like I said, YouTube to me is very informative. You know, I've changed my Cadillac converter from looking at a couple of YouTube videos, going to a couple of forums, and you know, learning how to do things. And it was quite handy for me. You know, even with finding out certain things about buying a house, watched a couple of videos, looked at a couple of websites, the ins and outs, investing, researched a lot of that, YouTube videos, and I don't just lock down to one video. That's why I tell people when you're dealing with a lot of old school, old cats, as they say, you want to have at least 10 elders that you can talk to, you know, get some kind of wisdom. Not saying that all of them are going to be on point, all of them are going to be perfect, but If you hit a 3 out of 10 or 7 out of 10, you're doing good. You know. Now, if you're dealing with all elder people and none of them can give you no good advice, no one that you can talk to and kind of confide in, two things happening. For one, as we know it, time is going to be over. Because if you don't have no one to teach you, you're actually teaching a lot of the elders. It's like the more or less the scale of the world's coming to an end. And also to the point where you got to ask yourself, why you're around so many people that can't pass no knowledge to you. You know, I don't want to call them dumb, but my grandma always say there's old fools and young fools. And the bad part is the young fools don't know nothing and become old fools. You know, so gain some type of knowledge, man. Come out here and learn in the space. Stop just trying to be famous and get your name out there. Because I was on Art and Stars channel, Art and Star TV, by the way, and he was talking the whole from the aspect of a lot of guys wanting to take the torch from the elders. We see this a lot with BGS. A lot of guys come at BGS for stuff he know, the stuff he don't know. They want to shame him for that, but he never put it into play that he knew everything. Third, he never put it in play that he knew everything, that, he was the smartest person on earth and he was the genius. But he do say he take his time and looking at researching things. And when he deals with his think tanks, to the point where he might say something is right or it hasn't been proven and caught on yet, a lot of people look at him kind of crazy and start throwing out that, maybe he's not as smart or he's not into what he think he is until the proof comes out in the pudding, you know. Because if you're doing stats and numbers to, try to predict the future, the biggest thing is you just got to wait and see. And when it happens, it happens. If it don't, hey, that's the main reason why it's a prediction. You know, the whole predicting the market and stock, it's a prediction. You never know. There's so many variables in the play that could, interrupt. You got to take certain pitfalls into play. You got to take, you know, human nature for one into play, and it plays a big part. So where a lot of people, like I say, just want to take the torch. Like, what are we really doing? A lot of guys don't know how to humble themselves. Even with an elder, I can understand if he's talking nonsense. By all means, don't listen. But to the extent where we always going back and forth and arguing with each other on panels, the best way to handle argument, cut YouTube off. Stop watching that channel. Go back to it if you want to look at it another day or something like that. But that's it. Even like this whole deal with Kevin Samuels, man. The rumors that are being spread about this guy, because majority of it is not facts. A lot of guys don't know this man's personal life, but they want to, push an image because, the feelings. A lot of guys get in their feelings, man. And, me and DS1 was talking about this. It's the difference from being emotional about something, because you get real passionate and emotional about, a great speech like he said, Khalid Muhammad, or reading something from Martin or Malcolm, and you never knew about this, and it kind of inspired you to do better. But for a guy to come out with opinions and ultimately trying to shame because of something they technically don't know, it just nothing that's a fact. Come on, man. Let's get out of this in this space. Like I said, when it come down to it, a lot of guys come on here just to argue. I mean, Beasley for president. This guy's a professional troll. He tell you this. He trolls on the regular for sport. Not taking nothing away from him. He's an intelligent brother, smart. But sometimes he gets to the point where he want to push a couple of buttons and see who will cry. That's just what it is. That's what he likes doing. That's one of his callings. He can make a couple of people squeal and get to the point where he get up under their skin. When he do that, I mean, technically speaking, he's winning. And it's funny, because the whole thing, a lot of people coming in this space for the jokes. A lot of people coming in this space for the laughter, the back and forth. But like I always say, man, who's coming for the knowledge? Who's coming to get some type of knowledge of self, awareness, learning something, in the words of Gold Professor, do something, get out and do something. Laura, what's going on, man? But like I said, it just this whole YouTube famous, man. I'm not trying to down a person that that's a janitor or a mechanic or something like that. But coming on YouTube and trying to be a PhD scholar because you got Google at your fingertip, hey, I've heard guys in this space, they sound like certified players, but it sounds like they read it all out of a book and they can recite things word from word. Put those words into action. Let's get out here, and if you say you that, go do it. Same thing when it comes down to, I was on Dr. Dunbar's channel and told him I'm gonna make a t-shirt of this saying, hold on, let me pull it up. Got it in my phone. Smart people answer questions. Intelligent people know how to apply what they learn to help people and things. When it comes down to it, that's the premise. You got a lot of people in this space that's got the book smarts, but are they applying this stuff? Or they just on here trying to make a name for themselves? Because we can talk all this back and forth and men aren't doing this and men aren't doing that. I hear guys in the space saying that they won't help another man because nobody helped them. How can we grow as a people with that type of mentality? I hear guys in the space saying that, I really don't want to get into a lot of that craziness right here, but basically, I mean, just how are we going to move if we can't help the next man? Give him some type of information. This guy probably grew up without a father. He's coming to YouTube, probably donating a little money or something or not, but still he's there giving that thumbs up. And you telling him, man, take all your money and put it in Bitcoin. That's the best way to go. Seeing what happened the first time the market went down, might end up happening again. Show them how to spread that little money out. Throw a little money over here in stocks. Throw a little money over here, like I always push with Alonzo Hall. A little money in life insurance. Throw a little money over here, some other type of business. Like I always tell people, get a pickup truck, man. Easy money. Easy money. You got that pickup truck? I always have a job, hire yourself. Get off work, second job right there. I was cracking jokes, on Ism channel last night. Guys are showing the cash. I showed my cards. Showed all the cards I got. I'm like, I don't walk around with cash like that. I don't have a petty cash account. The most petty cash I keep on me is probably anywhere from 50 to 100, and that's if I don't break it or not to do something with it. You know, instead of be trying to work, man, get to the money. That's the best way to get yourself out of poverty, man. Help the bell, cause I'm good. The bear's life. You know, you got to fight that bell. The more you do, you keep that bell off you. You know, you want to succeed in life, man. Sometimes you got to turn this YouTube off. You know, some guys ride or die. You know, Beasley. That's one thing Beasley said, and you know, I kind of believe it to be true about a lot of YouTubers trying to make a cult following of themselves. You know, some of them don't even know. Some of them just actually just putting it out there, the information, and people gravitate to them. That's them. You know, when you start telling guys the flag channels, and I mean, because I heard guys in this space doing it. Got a group of guys that flag channel, group of women that flag channels because they don't like what they're talking about. Come on, man. Like I said, we starting this little high school clubhouse thing to where, you know, pick a side and make sure you pick the right one. At the end of the day, man, YouTube is good, man. It's here. You know, you're here for the entertainment, you're here for the knowledge. But what are we gonna do after that? You know, what are we pushing in the community? You know, are we helping each other? Are we helping somebody else? Like YouTube, is it are you putting out information that's inspiring people to, you know, do better? Are you just putting out some rhetoric or some jokes? I mean, ain't nothing wrong with the rhetoric and jokes. It's cool. That's where you stand, you know. I never have a problem going to a channel and having fun, you know. Long as you know, not putting out no crazy content, making people, you know, take stuff for face value. And you know, most people buy from the channel. You know, it's a channel that's laid back and everybody over there joking, and having fun by the demeanor, how everybody carry themselves. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. But don't be out here, you know, huffing and puffing on YouTube trying to blow somebody's house down. You know, like I say, you know, me and my wife, sometimes I might listen to my wife. She get tired of listening to a lot of guys on YouTube because, you know, I hear it. A lot of guys are hurt. She say that these guys hurt, you know, and I tell her, hey, someone got done wrong, this and that. And like I always tell her, when it come down to it, some of them put themselves there. They don't even know it. You know, some of these guys put themselves in these situations because the big booty and a smile. And then you'll have a YouTuber tell them, hey, man, go out there and get them. You gotta understand when it come down to it, man. You're gonna be the one in that relationship. You're gonna be the one paying them bills. You're gonna be the one dealing with that woman. So at least have an understanding of what you really want. Because you can't be mad if you marry a woman that don't know how to cook, and then years go down the line, you're on YouTube complaining about her, and then she come on there and confront you, be like, you know, Renato, you knew me when we was in high school. We always ate out. I never cooked. I never cooked. So why you coming on here lying? He gonna hey, yeah. Hey, I did a video with my wife. You know, we talk. She know what I be doing over here. She be listening to a lot of times. She she laugh and say a lot of hate speech over here, a lot of hate mail. And I tell her, hey, sometimes I try to get over here, talk to a lot of the brothers and let them know, man, on the marriage game, it ain't all bad. You know, um, on that players anthem, what they say, you better choose the right one and pick the kiddies up. You know, and it goes to a lot of women too. A lot of women get dealt that bad deal. Like I say on my channel, man, I deal with the men and the women. There's a lot of women out there looking for love, as my uncle would always say, and even the songs in all the wrong places. You know, okay, you got a baby daddy or something like that because you know you was promiscuous at time around all your friends, and You thought it was cool to, just be random door dashing and you lost. But at the same time, man, that's life. What's going on, Tone? Ism in the building. But that's how I go, man. Nobody's out here perfect. Nobody's out here, at 100% winning all the time. The pitfalls that you take, it actually helps you out in the long run. That's why I tell guys, the guys who be out here talking about the child support and kind of upset about it, go on and get some life insurance, man. Look out for your kids. They didn't ask to come. Least we could do is take care of them. You know, Even with these women, go ahead and lock down and just take care of your child. If you feel like you need a man, what's going on? I'm gonna have to grab some real quick. Hold on, I got a call coming in. Yeah, we back. No, I had a little call for the money. Had to make sure the money getting right. But yeah, YouTube famous, man. That's why I'm I'm gonna start making little titles and just kind of really spin. I don't care. Like I said, if I get the little hate from my channel, it's my second channel. I'll make another one. You know, I go ahead and do the avatar game so nobody won't know me. They'll know my voice, but hey, it is what it is. You know, I don't care if dudes come after my channel because hey, it's life. It's life after YouTube. I'm on here, like I said, just giving the knowledge, pushing, trying to help somebody out. Everybody don't have that, family member to kind of push them in the right direction, give them a little hope and a dream. So that's what I'm actually on here for. Like I said, I got 3 boys and a daughter. Trying to help my kids go on the right path. Ultimately, the way this world is, man, things go up and down. Nothing is promised. We can have guys in this space that talk about degenerates and all whatever bad people who they call, and their kids could be one. They could get exposed for that. But nobody's perfect. Who are we to judge? Like the issue with guys mess with people. I mean, that's something that that's their business. As long as they ain't over here trying to promote something different, that's their business. Leave them alone. You know, if they over here in this space trying to help people out, they not pushing nothing crazy, man. Let them folk do what they do, but let them be over there to themselves. Don't You ain't got to deal with them. Like I said, don't be going to them channels, man, trying to be reckless at people. Because at the end of the day, if that ain't your lane, what you doing over there anyway? You know, that's how I look at it. I'm not gonna go to nobody else's channel and you know flag their channel. It's a lot of people. I just didn't even unsubscribe. I just dropped the notification now where I can't see you. You know, every once in a while I go over there, look at the live. I be out there ghost watching. Might hit a like. My famous We Hill hands in there. You know, I go over there, but I'm trying to do a little more building. You know, knowledge of self, awareness. Because when it comes to the men, guys who promoting, guys getting their life together, doing things, I'm all for those channels. Even even for the record, where you have Topaz, Bitcoin L. And third, you know, A Channel also. You know, it's like a good little melting pot of everything over there, man. For the record TV. And go over there. Hey, the knowledge is there. The the current events, they all there. The sports, everything's all there. You know, jam packed channel. You know, you got underrated. I watch him. You know, the boxes between him, underrated darkness, Ricky Williams, combat sports, basement talk, and can't get the great Mark Nash. You know, them guys, man, awesome. No, I get my sports game over there with them. Even oh man, of all people, man, I can't forget Mace. You know, Mace with the sports. Mace need to be dropping a lot of more sports content, man. Like I said, trying to get myself together, man. I'm trying to be out here, being get back into sports a lot, looking at more games and stuff. Try because I don't watch too much TV, but I'm gonna go ahead and probably end this stream, because in all aspect, like I said, a lot of guys want to be YouTube famous. Let's get your personal life together first, man. You know, let's upgrade your personal life to match this fame on YouTube. You know, ain't nothing wrong with getting married. If you want to get married, get married. If you don't promote this what I call as hate speech to the young guys out there want to get married. They ain't experienced life like you. You know, you got a 40-year-old dude talking about he's never get married again. 50, cool. You done dealt with a couple of women. You know how it is out here. Don't promote that hate on that 19-year-old man. Tell him, 20-year-old man that everything's all bad, because in that same situation to where a lot of women get to the point, what's going on, Brownsburg? A lot of point when it get to that point where a lot of women, they tell them come out here and live their best lives in their 20s. Who knows? That young man, he might find a woman that get it out the mud with him. You ain't got nothing, I ain't got nothing, but we can build together. You know, but if someone's telling him not to deal with her because he don't got his money together, you know, he might lose out on a good one. I got married at 25. A lot of stuff I hear in this space, I shouldn't get married to my 30s because I didn't have the money, which I did. I was working, making good money. You know, I'm just gonna say in my 20s, I made more money in my 20s than I do now. Way more money. And actually I take that back. I make I make more money now, but it's like the transition after 35. That's when I start around 35 or so. That's when I start making more money. But for my early 30s on up, I want to say about 35, close to that. Yeah, I was making more money in my 20s, making way more money in my 20s. You know, ever since I got out of high school, I always had a good high paying job because I work hard. It wasn't nothing about me going out here, being on the block, you know, even though I knew about that and I did that a couple of times, but I seen the advantages of me actually doing legal money because I had a lot of old school guys. They did that street work. They told me they wasted a lot of time getting locked up and this and that to where when they had decent jobs paying good money, having your CDLs and driving trucks, this guy knew he made so much money driving trucks and, legal. He was like, man, I could have been, way in the game, you know, 10 steps ahead, but I played myself. He's like, I should have been the one out here, been doing this because the money was here. I just didn't take advantage of it, you know. So when it come down to it, a lot of people, man, like I say, ain't nothing wrong with getting a job, man. Ain't nothing wrong with paying them bills, being a respectable citizen, because the street life is glorified, but you don't have longevity. And a lot of guys in the game, they know that. You know, each what is it? Each one teach one. You know, showing guys to be successful, have the longevity in the game, is to be out here and you know making the money that way. The longevity. No, you want the long money, you got to have that long term vision and mindset. You know, you can't be out here thinking that you're gonna make this money and do all this stuff the way you're doing and not see any long term issues and effects from that, because you essentially poison the community if you're out here selling drugs. So you're gonna eventually have your time with that, and then you look at the aspect of a lot of situations that people go through. It's a big issue. Big issue. So, when it comes down to it, let's get to this money and work it out. And with that being said, I am out of here. Peace to everybody that came. You know, shout out to all the content creators that's pushing the space to do better and to be better. You know, cleaning up the space, man, giving the knowledge, giving people, a chance to, have a fighting chance in this world. And with that being said, man, we are gone.